Hello, civilians, it's me, Pawn Ranger. As you can tell, this is way past right after NorthWest IdolFest with my bright orange hair and my Christmas tree that I haven't taken down and my Snoopy. It is currently the new year as I'm filming this. The reason why I'm refilming it is because I recorded something back in November and then I went to go edit it and then I found like all the files were like messed up. So what better way to do this than just re-record it. It wasn't that long ago. October was only, what, 2 months ago? So by popular demand, I'm doing these video diary type things like I did during the summer. And if you're new to like this format that I do, I just turn on the camera and I talk into it. I talk about my experience at a given event, good, bad, middle, and you can like just turn this on like a podcast. There's gonna be like very minimal editing. There might be some like little sight gags if like you guys are watching, but like for the most part you could just turn this on and listen. And I'm gonna keep making these as long as you guys like seeing them. I had a lot of people tell me that they really enjoyed kind of like this raw style of content, and also I really enjoy making it. It's like a little therapy session isn't the right word. Last year I did NorthWest IdolFest, and when I say last year I mean like 2022. I staffed and I did like one performance with one of my friends and it was very casual. Everything went right this year. And then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna come back. It's like kind of like the birthplace of the way that I currently do like idol stuff. It was a very sentimental event and special event for me. And this year I had applied and then I didn't get into Northern Lights, and then people kind of like pushed for me to get to like a main stage, which is really cool. I'm really happy about it. And basically prep leading up to NorthWest IdolFest in 2023, like literally last year. Not me nebulously thinking that this is still 2023 because it's the first week of the new year. The planning process was I had just gotten off of the summer tour and then I immediately like started prep. So I was like, no breaks between summer tour and NorthWest IdolFest, just come straight off of it. And then I had like my semester be like literally the toughest, most work intensive college semester I've ever had. And then on top of that, I had like signals stuff that we were working on, and like we had to like reformat it because like there was like a reshuffling with like the way that panels are done this year for NorthWest IdolFest, which I'll get back into later. And then I had like my own stuff which also got reshuffled because of the way that they did panels this year. And then like I had like Guardian on top of it because I initially wanted it out by NorthWest IdolFest and it didn't really shake out that way, but I'm fine with that. And then I had the commission for Alexis's escape costume, and all of those things, like it was like really it was a lot. And I like made it over the finish line. So after that prep period, I made it out to Seattle. I got to meet up with my fellow Signals members in person, not for the first time ever, but like for the first time, all 4 of us as a group, which was really fun. You can hear some of that when we do when we have our own content coming soon. Whenever this comes out, I don't know. And with the reshuffling, a lot of people's panels are either cut down from like an hour to half an hour, and then put like, very few people got like the main stage room with like the big stage with the sound system. So most people had their performance panels if they weren't like guests, or like the few of us that got main stage rooms, they were put in like panel rooms too, which is like a smaller room. I think it was like seats maybe like 35-40 people. One karaoke speaker. It was like, it's set up like a talk panel room with a stage, with like a raised stage, maybe like about, I want to say like 8 by 4 foot stage. Let me think, what else? So leading up to the convention, there's a lot of like reshuffling that had to be done. So like I had to like completely reformat my set. Signals had to completely reformat their set leading up to the event, and that's because they wanted to put as much like idol content as they physically could, which this is experimental year, it's fine. And it led to like kind of like the reshuffling, and then on top of that, like we weren't really sure what to expect from like the panel room space. So like the main stage was like beefed up this year. It was really cool, and then like the panel room 2 space was like really small, and then having to format choreography for that really small stage was something. It's not entirely NorthWest IdolFest's fault, and I think they're gonna fix it for next year, but yeah, that's kind of like everything going on. So leading up to the event, I was just like overwhelmed, and then like trying to go with the flow, and I pulled through. I made it to the finish line. And then at the event, I had my performance on Friday night, and then I had Signal's debut stuff on Saturday, and then I had my meet and greet like directly after my performance on Friday night, and then Signal's meet and greet was Sunday morning after the performance, like the first, like as soon as the dealer's hall opened, that location. And then on top of that, I was staffing the convention over at the con store, and so I'm like trying to figure out how to like phrase it, because it's all kind of like a blur now. So let's see. So Friday night, I get there, I start setting up my meet and greet table before my performance, because I got to have my meet and greet table out in the lobby right outside of where the main stage was. And then there was like a miscommunication, and everything kind of like ran like 1 to 2 hours late. And that shit happens. And then like, so my my performance was moved from like 5-ish to like 6:30-ish. And then I performed, and then afterwards I had my meet and greet, and I was there for like almost 3 hours because everyone wanted to talk to me, which is really nice. It makes me really happy to see you guys there. I was told like really nice stuff, like how like my content like help them out through like tough times, and like that they're really excited to see me, or like they had seen me online and then like were like, oh well, like I'm from the West Coast, so like I haven't had a chance to see you because you're from like all the way across the country, and I'm really glad I was able to see you at NorthWest IdolFest, and it was really fun. And it was great. Like it makes me happy to see that like everyone came out and talked to me. It was great. It was like basically like everyone in the room went to the meet and greet, so it was good. And then the day after, I had Signal's debut performance. I again stumbled right through the finish line, but we did it. I did it. I made it to the performance. We did our best given the space and the resources that we had at the time, with like all the formatting and reshuffling and like unknowns leading up to it. And you know what? I say, it's a debut, and it's fine if it's not perfect. So I'm not gonna spoil anything for Signal's stuff, because we have our own content coming out. There's a little cross promotion moment here where we're gonna be posting our like live footage and a vlog and some other stuff, because we're finally all settled back in. So go there when it's done. We'll probably be in the comment section whenever it's up, so come check that out. And then Sunday we did our meet and greet, and that was fun. And and then we went to go see Paida, and then we got to we did some like recordings for stuff, and it was fun. And then all throughout the weekend, I worked at the con store booth. So I was there in the morning. So like I was probably like the first person that you saw when you went to go register, because a lot of people got their badges and then swung back around to the merch booth. And I really want to thank you guys for getting stuff from NorthWest IdolFest merch booth, because it really helps them continue doing these types of events. I think that these types of events are like really important for the community, and being able to like put your support behind it if you can is just so important. I'm really bad with words. I care about NorthWest IdolFest so deeply. Oh shit, I forgot to mention, at NorthWest IdolFest, I previewed Guardian for the second time. I previewed it previously at Otakon, and it got a really good reception there, and gave me like the confidence to do it. And then between touring dates, I had recorded the vocals for Guardian, and I had submitted them like in August, September-ish to my mixer, and then it was ready by like the end of October. And as like hype leading up to it, I performed Guardian for the first time with like kind of like full choreography, full costume, and it was really fun. And I sold some CDs. Hold on, give me 1 second. So I'm back. So I did some pre-sales for the Guardian like physical release, because I knew I wanted to do a physical release, and holy shit, at least like half of the people in line pre-ordered for Guardian. And if you're wondering, this is the Guardian CD. They're real now, because at the time of filming this, I had just shipped everything out. Check it out. I made these myself. There's little artwork in the middle. I got these printed at my dad's print shop for the inserts, and I put everything in myself, and I drew everything, and I burnt the CDs. So cool. I have so many. And yeah, that's about it for NorthWest IdolFest. And then after NorthWest IdolFest, Guardian finally released. And I'm almost to 2,000 streams and 200 views on stuff. That might not seem like a lot, but it's a lot for me, especially as a smaller creator, and I'm really happy about it. I was worried that despite having like a good reception at like Otakon and having a good reception at NorthWest IdolFest to the song, I was absolutely terrified, and also having people pre-order the CD, that people were going to hate it upon release, even though they heard it at NorthWest IdolFest and Otakon and pre-ordered the CD. A lot of them pre-ordered the CD after the release, meaning they liked it enough to get a physical copy of it, and I was still scared that people hate Guardian. But it makes me happy that people are really enjoying it, and yeah. So what else after everything and this excitement where I took like a hiatus after Guardian for like a month? So I've been having health issues again. I've been kind of like vague about it. So like I have chronic respiratory and nasal issues and sinus issues. Had them for years. They run in my family. I've been kind of like vague about it. And like it's partially why like my voice sounds the way that it does. And I decided after NorthWest IdolFest that like it was time for me to go like get like my stuff checked out now that I have some downtime. And it turned from like what I thought it was, where it was like you have like really bad environmental allergies. It turned into like you are having nasal bridge pain and you're not breathing right, and we don't know why. So I basically like moved back up to like my folks for a little bit and like did like a bunch of doctor's appointments. I was like in and out of like the hospital getting like blood work and like nose scans, like MRI, CT scan, and has been crazy seeing like doctors like every week or every other week, and traveling like 2 hours up for like the past 2 months, cart back and forth before I stayed with my folks for a bit. And like there was a lot of things it was like thrown. I was like, there was like a nasal abscess, and then like a week later, like I wait until a doctor's appointment for like the scan to be evaluated, and then the doctor goes like, no. And then like I was told that actually yes, it is a nasal abscess, and then like you are really sick and you need to like go, because I was running fevers. And then I spent like a week being told like you probably have sepsis, and then like waiting on blood work, because like for some reason doctors are really slow. Instead of saying like, I don't think you're septic, they just made me wait. That bad. And then I finally was able to get an appointment with like another doctor, and he was like, actually it turns out that your septum's like super deviated and your nasal anatomy is like compensating for it, because your septum is like deviated super weird. So it looks like I finally have an answer, which is my nose is fucked up. And I'll be having surgery for it in the summer, so I'm really happy to find a permanent answer for this and like have like a concrete solution. So we'll see what happens. I'm doing better. Thank you guys for like your concern and also like all your support, because like you guys have been really patient with me and I really appreciate that. Let's see what else for the end of this video. So, all right. As of this video going up, my Ko-fi store is reopened. So I have Guardian CDs out the ass. Please take them. I have the digital release of Guardian if you don't want a CD but want to own your own Guardian stuff. I have Checky up. I refilled the Gachapon machine with like extra keychains and other stuff from NorthWest IdolFest, and some like smaller tour stuff, and then I have like leftover tour stuff as long as that lasts. So if you've been debating on if you want a summer tour t-shirt. Those are up until supplies last, and they're like $10. Please take them from me. I'm tired of looking at them. If you send me an email, I'll probably just send you it for free. So let me think. What else for this? I think that's it for my recap. So what's next for me? It's looking like my birthday is the next big thing. So I've been trying to plan some like birthday activities. Like I've been confirmed for PuchiCon TNEC, so I have a performance there and a booth that I'll be sitting at all weekend. I'll have all my merch on me. It's close to home, and I like being close to home. And I'm like currently working with like the person that does programming for TNEC, so I'll have more details for that as my birthday gets closer. And then I wanted to do a standalone event for my birthday, so like more details on that going forward. My big goal for the end of January is to have a venue. The hardest part of like doing the standalone birthday thing is like finding a venue. So like me and the team have already like sent out emails to like potential leads, but if you have a potential lead, please send them to me. March 9th in Philly is what we're aiming for. But listen, if I'm starting to get to the point where I would like, I might have to be a bit more flexible on that. I might have to stop being so staunch on that day before my birthday date. And then after that, I've got some lives planned that I can't tell you guys about yet because they're secret. But when they get closer, you'll find out. Let's see, what else to wrap up this video? Yeah, I think 2024 is the year of me working on more projects that are challenging, but like less quantity of them. So like I want to perform more local. I know the New Jersey con scene isn't super great, but listen, this is my home. This is where I live, and I like the idea of performing locally, and I really like that. And then if I do perform outside of like this local area, then it has to be something like really, really pushing myself for like going like across the country, or like going out of the country, or being invited to a convention as a guest. Like I think those would be the circumstances that I travel outside of like immediate driving distance. Can you tell that I'm a little exhausted on plane travel after my tour? So that's it. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. As long as you guys like this style of like video content, or I like talk about like my experience at like an event, or talk about like what's next for me after an event, instead of like vlog content, then I'll keep making it because I really like doing this. Last call to action, like, comment, and subscribe. I have a Patreon that's $1 a month. You can see those people at the end of the video. I'm allergic to money. So, yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。